Welcome to the Household Logistics YouTube channel. My name is Rhonda, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you will receive notification about other future videos here at the Household Logistics YouTube channel. As the title states, in this video I'm going to share with you what are 5 common home organisation mistakes, and I'm going to share with you what has been perhaps my own personal experience in relation to these 5 home organisation mistakes, and also provide you with some encouragement, some insight and practical tips in order to, at best, try and avoid these very mistakes yourself. I have been a homemaker and household administrator for over 20 years. And during that time, there have been times when I have most definitely made mistakes. And the beauty of it is that we can learn from our mistakes and also share with others those helpful hints and tips that proved to be the better option for ourselves. So without any further ado, I'm going to share with you the first of these common mistakes and share with you some insight. The first point I wish to share with you is that it can be a most common mistake that you choose to think too big when it comes to home organisation. Yes, it can be suddenly that it is that the weekend is approaching and you decide this is the Saturday, the weekend, that I am going to organise the entire garage or some other space and area of your home. So of course, if you're like me, you would go about pulling everything out and starting piles of this and that, and before you know it, you have pretty much made a huge mess, perhaps trashed another whole area of your house, thinking that was the best way to approach organising the kitchen, the garden shed, the bedroom, the laundry, the bathroom, or whatever was your specific large area that had come to be under your radar and focus. That can prove to be a source of overwhelming stress. It is far better to not think too big. It is far better and more suitable to think about breaking down your big vision into smaller, achievable steps. Rather than risk disrupting your household rather than risk trashing another area of your home. Choose to focus on the goal step by step by perhaps doing one cupboard, completing that area, celebrating, enjoying it when it's achieved and organised and how you want it, then move on to the next cupboard or the next shelf or the next drawer. It is far less stressful, far less overwhelming to choose to break it down into small, achievable goals rather than think too big. Progress does occur when you approach home organisation one cupboard, one shelf, one drawer at a time. The second point that I wish to share with you is endeavour to stop shuffling stuff. A bit like point number one, we can unwittingly find that we fall into the trap that we are transporting piles of items from one place to the other with the goal that we're going to sort them into better piles or better groupings. It is wise to try and avoid the mistake of shuffling stuff. Try and make it that you only handle each item once rather than multiple times. Try and keep the shuffling of items to a bare minimum. The third mistake that can often be one that we make is thinking that we have to chase after and seek perfection. In this time of social media, we can very readily be inundated and flooded with images that project the sense that to achieve home organisation, you have to have the latest fandangle series of plastic containers. You have to have these types of labels. You have to have these types of shells. You have to achieve perfection. And that is a common big mistake. When it comes to home organisation, choose instead to make the most of what you already have, rather than rush out and buy picture perfect, often quite pricey plastic containers. Perhaps use those cardboard boxes, those containers, those resources that you already have on hand. When it comes to home organisation, you might have seen some method of organisation that you think that's the perfect, that's the correct, that's the most on-trend way to do that particular bathroom organisation, or that's the way my kitchen must be organised. Be careful that you do not fall into this common mistake of thinking that home organisation has to look perfect from the outset. In the over 20 years that I have been a homemaker and home administrator, there have been multiple times when I have revisited an area of the home, the garage, the tool shed, whatever area it is, and chosen to reorganise it step by step, drawer by drawer, using as best I could resources that were available to me within the budget I have. If you are particularly fixated on wanting a certain style of container, don't blow the budget. Choose instead, which I have done over the years, every payday, choose to get 1 or 2 containers to add and build up your collection. Don't blow the budget. That is counterproductive to achieving what is best for your household. So, tip number 3, forego seeking perfection, make the most of what you have. The 4th common mistake is to get carried away overthinking. Choose instead to start working on one small area, focusing just on that, and celebrate when it is achieved and looking the way that you feel it's going to work best for you. Don't overthink your decisions. Don't compare yourself and the way that you're choosing to do home organisation against that of a friend, a neighbour, a relative. Choose to stay in the moment, keep your thinking under control, and work with what you have and appreciate what you have. The 5th and final mistake that I wish to share with you, with the hope that it will help you avoid it, is try and simplify your decisions. When it comes to home organisation, the 5th and final common mistake that we as homemakers can make is that we can complicate our decisions. When it comes to home organisation, one of the most beneficial things you can choose to do is think about the exact space that you are working with. Whether it is the linen cupboard, whether it is the cutlery drawer, whether it is the cupboard for crockery, for glasses, the drawer in the bathroom where you keep your makeup, your nail polish, whatever space it is. Choose to take on board acknowledging the dimensions of that space and use it as a guide for helping you decide what to keep and what is perhaps due to go. When it comes to household organisation, we can often make the mistake of complicating our decisions. If you're like me, I tend to habitually often find that I'm falling into the practice of thinking, okay, well, we don't currently need that item, but in some time I can see in the future the children are going to need that, or I'm going to need that, or that's going to be really handy for when we have that big party. Try and avoid this common mistake. It is far better to simplify your decisions. If you are going to use an item in the next 6 to 12 months, then certainly do consider that it is an item you keep. However, if it is a long-term envisaged practice or goal that that item is going to be used, if it's within your budget that at that point in time you could hire it or borrow it from a friend or buy it, it might be time to seriously consider, with the restraint of the space that you currently have, that you let that item go. So in this video, I have shared with you 5 common household organisation mistakes. It is my hope that you will find this video informative and insightful, and perhaps there was a practical, helpful hint that will prove to be most beneficial for you and your household. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you will receive automated notification about future videos here at the Household Logistics YouTube channel. Please leave a comment and share your thoughts about the 5 common mistakes that were highlighted in this video. If you have found there to be a practical tip that has helped you to avoid these particular mistakes, please share that in your comment. Thank you for watching.